police be upon him, is on the run again, swapping out the almighty for a stone cold spin. He's dusting off you, but the idol in the hall, a false prophet's logic, one God fits all. But the math doesn't track and the history is thin when you're all lies, just you but with a brand new skin. 6 centuries later, he copied the Hebrew line, facing Jerusalem, claiming the same design. But the Jews saw the crack while laughed at the mimicry, mocking the prophet and his borrowed ministry. In a fit of rage, he turned his back on the rock, retaliation for the tribes who dared to mock. He pivoted the prayer to make a stone square, back to Hubal's house as if God were there. A fool in disguise, lead astray. Never stay. You're the false prophet of all time, lord of the flies, feeding on the refuse and the grime. His words are poison, his teachings a crime, but we won't be swayed by his deceptive rhyme, for the truth of Jesus will forever shine. He preaches of darkness in a pagan parade, dressing up the idols in a new masquerade. He kept the black stone and the 7 circuit spin, old desert magic rebranded as sin. From the daughters of Allah to the crescent moon's glow, it's just ancient heathens running the show. His followers dwindling as his facade cracks, exposed as a fraud, there's no turning back. Look up at the minaret, what do you see? The crescent of the moon, God the pagan pedigree. He tried to cut a deal with the 3 sublime cranes, worshipping the daughters to ease his own pains. But he called it a slip when the pressure got high, just another layer of the prophet's big lie. From the moon on the roof to the stone on the floor, it's the same old Hubal knocking at the door. Oh no, it's more. The false prophet of all time, lord of the flies, feeding on the refuse and the grime. His words are poison, his teachings a crime, but we won't be swayed by his deceptive rhyme, for the truth of Jesus will forever shine. Prophet of all time, lord of the flies, feeding on the refuse and the grime. His words are poison, his teachings a crime, but we won't be swayed by his deceptive rhyme, for the truth of Jesus will forever shine.
The tigress is rising, the shadow is gone. Baghdad is waking till the 47th dawn. For 20 years trapped in a Persian vice, paying the mullahs a martyr's price. But they saw the fire on the Tehran night, they saw the supreme one vanish from sight. Now the militias are shaking, the cell phones are cold. The story of resistance is officially old. Look at the coast where the citrus used to grow. Gaza is silent under the ISF glow. No more tunnels for the Persian king, no more children for the Khyber stain. They promised you victory, they promised you land, but left you to die in the rubble and sand. While Ali was counting his pixels and gold, the people of Gaza were traded and sold. From the Al-Aqsa gates to the Babylon wall, the idols of terror is finally here. The bridge is open from Zion to Iran. The 47th thunder, there's no turning back. Gaza is breathing, the border is still. The end of the mullah, the end of the thrill. You lashed at the 7, you bombed your own school. But the 47th broke every resistance rule. Was our brother, Gaza was our heart, until the B-2s tore the bunker apart. Now Baghdad is calling for a desk and a chair to sign on the line while there's peace in the air. No more Takia, no more the air. The only thing left is the kinetic fear. The bunker is cold. The future of Babylon is starting to unfold. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The liberation of the crescent is finally complete. Gaza is waking. Baghdad is free. The 47th wrote the history. Ayo, Muhammad, look me in the eye through the 7th century mist. You're holding a perfume book with a logic killing twist. You told the world the gospel was the light and the true path. And you brought a different story and you brought the desert wrath. If the gospel is the word, then your revelation fails. It's a ship with no rudder and 1,000 broken sails. You're the ear that heard too much but understood too little, leaving your own perfect verse brittled in the middle. How can you confirm a book that calls your prophecy a crime? You're a criterion that's failing for the very first time. You said Allah preserves the word, that no man can change the ink. Then you said the gospel's altered just to keep your ship from sink. If it's altered, then Allah is weak and couldn't keep the light. If it's not, then you're a liar in the middle of the night. It's a checkmate in the desert, it's a self-inflicted scar. You're just a man with pagan roots reaching for a star. You bowed to the cranes, you bowed to the stone, because you couldn't stand to face the Meccan sun alone. Allah and loser, the daughters you embraced before the satanic verse was conveniently erased. The 47th thunder just leveled the Baghdad gate. The Ayatollah's crying, but it's 20 years too late. Statistically impossible, the noise inside the wire. The axis of resistance is a funeral pyre. From Babylon to Nineveh, the signal's coming through. The 47's hammer brought the ending just for you. Oh, look at you, messenger, with your cousins in a row, building a low-trust empire where the minds can never grow. Marrying the child, marrying the king, while the average IQ is drowning in the sin. Go for a bride, bride's 400 years of fog, while you call the man's best friend a shaitan and a dog. The dilemma is you, the dilemma is deep, and the 47th is waking up your sheep. leveled the Baghdad gate. The Ayatollah's crying, but it's 40 years too late. The criterion is broken, the ear is finally deaf. The ledger of the he has is marked with a F. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The dismantling of the mullah is finally complete. You affirm the truth and proved yourself a lie. 47th owns the Iraqi sky.
He sat beneath a date palm and he wove a tangled net, a trap of blood and kin that hasn't finished closing yet. Marry your cousin, keep the wealth within the tent, a tribal cage where every drop of loyalty is spent. Oh, Muhammad led the way, he tied the knot of blood and bone, to keep the power local and to keep the truth unknown. Keep the goats, keep the gold, keep the daughter in the line. A low trust civilization by a perfect man's design. 14 centuries of breeding in a tight and narrow well, creating a reality that science has to tell. 50% in the village, 60 in the sand, the double recessive shadow moving across the land. The IQ markers falling as the kinship rates arise, a foggy mental landscape under heavy desert skies. When the mind is bound by cousins and the spirits in a haze, you're trapped inside the circle of the 7th century maze. Hey, pack your bags and take your kin to a nation across the sea. Claim a new citizenship but bring the old decree. Ruin the host, drain the well, keep the tribal wall, watching from the inside as the modern towers fall. It's the 1-400-year mistake, the debt you can't repay. The 47 thunder is blowing the dust away. No more takia for the blood, no more the tribal greed. The world is waking up through the poison in the seed. From the bright price in the stable to the low trust street, the biological tragedy is finally complete. Oh, she's such a lovely bride, she's my sister's only kid. And think of all the goats we'll save, just like the prophet did. Don't worry about the heart defects, don't worry about the brain, as long as all the property stays within the family chain. Low trust, high hate, that's the tribal way, and the 47's fire is the price you have to pay. Oh. is too slow. The 47 is the last thing you'll know.
We have to tell them how to poop and give them the wisdom, give them the need. We have to give them the civilize them. This is Sahih Muslim 3000.
Jabir reported Allah's messenger as saying, odd number of stones are to be used for cleaning the private parts after answering the call of nature. And casting of pebbles at the Jamarat is to be done by odd numbers. 7. And the number of circuits between Al-Safa and Marwa is also odd. 7. And the number of circuits around the Kaaba is also odd. 7. Whenever any one of you is required to use stones for cleaning the private parts, he should use an odd number of stones. 3, 5, or 7. Oh my goodness, now it all makes sense. Allah is one. One is an odd number. Therefore we need to wipe our butts with an odd number of stones, so that our wiping can be more like Allah. This is how Allah wipes himself too. Allah uses an odd number of stones to wipe himself because he is odd. How could he use an even number when he's so odd? Alhamdulillah. You see, children, you see? Your religion is not inferior. They are jealous. They are jealous of Allah's oddness. They don't know how to. Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with my hand and hikmah I'll touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with my hand and hikmah touch? Ground control to number 1. We need to use an odd number of stones. Can you tell me how to wipe my butt? My butt? Now I got my big boy pants, big boy chair, feeling like a big boy. Look at this, already had the big boy cup. Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with a hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with a hikmah and halal? You're here to civilize Uranus.
Heavy industrial, oh, heavy industrial, oh, heavy industrial, oh,
Yeah.
heavy industrial.
Keep your head down, gladiator. You're missing everybody.
Zabiba, I got a big Zabiba, forehead looking like a cocoa bean. Praise be to Allah, I'm a Sajid the machine. I hit that rug like 5 times a day. Now my dome got something righteous to say. Imam walk by, he give me that nod, cause my head look like a head butted God. It's dark, it's round, it's kinda intense. People asking if I walked into a fence. Nah, bro. It's the mark of the prostrator, certified sujood gladiator. Sister looking like mashallah. She see the bum, she drop a shala. Even my barber said, what's his crater? Told him that's the path to my creator.
Baby, in the shield.
Zabiba, Zabiba, I got a big Zabiba.
Zabi in the shield.
Zabiba, Zabiba, I got a big Zabiba.
Zabi in the shield.
Sweating on my side, yeah, like I'm in the gym. And I do it all for Allah, not the whim. Not the whim.
Suja a gladiator, you're just a victim of the friction, a biological byproduct of a desert-born fiction. You're bragging about a callus like it's tactical gear, but while your nose is in the dust, the truth is nowhere near. You call it a path, but it's a circle in the sand, the mark of a man who surrendered his hand. That crater isn't holy, it's a symptom of the grind, a physical scar for a captive of the mind. So keep that forehead pressed, don't you dare look up while you're drinking the sauce from a poison cup. If you're down on the ground, you're losing the view. Now you're an easy target for a Zutton or two. One slip, one slide, and you're out of the game with a permanent bruise and a prophet to blame. The mark of the prayer is a bullseye tonight. You got Zutted in the darkness while seeking the light.
Welcome to the low trust loop, the high anger cycle. With a bump on your head is your only survival. You don't need a brain when you got a callus to show. A signal for the tribe so the rest of them know.
He's one of us.
Look at the mark on his face while you're riding away in a low trust place.
Accused of fleeing while you're in the floor. Building a crater while I'm closing the door.
Yo, I ain't flexing. Okay, I'm flexing, but only for Allah, don't get it twisted. Your Zabiba got me heaven listed. Head so blessed. Wi-Fi bars. You're disconnected, son. Look at you. Wi-Fi bars. Eyes closed. A Suju gladiator. Surah 48. 29 says the mark is from the traces of prostration. But science says it's hyperkeratosis, friction and inflammation. It's the badge of the angry, the stamp of the weak, a martyr for a system that's already peaked. Keep hitting the rug, keep chasing a bump, but the truth is a mountain, and you're just a lump. Zutted by logic. The rug doesn't talk back. Zabiba. Extinguish.
Hey yo, let's do the math. Like the ledger of the sand. 500 million warriors standing in the land. 500 million voices screaming at a single wall, but the wall is still standing and the warriors look small. You got the numbers of the ocean, the weight of the tide, but you're led by the sterile and you're paralyzed by pride. One little nation, 9 million in the sun, and you're 500 million, and you're having in the shadow of the heat, looking for the strength that you couldn't keep sweet. You sought out the owls of the laborers of old for the virility and fertility that the travelers told. The custom of the weak, seeking power from the strong, trying to fix a bloodline that was broken all along. But the architect of the void just pulled the final plug, leaving the moolahs drowning in a hole there.
You claim the victory, you claim the divine decree, but you're drowning in the logic of a world you cannot see. The iron siren is coming through the wire. The great apostasy is the only thing on fire. The towers are falling, the signal is dead. 500 million lives are hanging by a thread. The pale horse president just rewrote the code, while the axis of failure explodes on the road. From the sterile desert sand to the silicon sky, the prophet of the numbers is watching them die. And it feels so good. Get Our kids are in the rubble, our mullahs are in the hole, because a low trust culture has no kinetic soul. 50 to 1 and you're still asking why. The towers are falling, the signal is dead. The architect of the void is inside your head. The Quirion is broken, the ear is finally deaf. The ledger of the Higas is marked with an F. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The erasure of the Mullah is finally complete. 500 million warriors, the Iron Sovereign owns the night. Feels good.
Allah is the greatest of deceivers. Muhammad is the perfect example. Dawah is the art of the lie. Out it starts now. Sauda went out to the open field, answered the call where the secrets are sealed. Umar was lurking, watching the gate. I recognized you, Sauda. He couldn't wait. He wanted the curtain, he wanted the veil, so he creeped in the shadows to finish the tale. He told the prophet, make them cover their face, and Allah sent a verse to save Umar's grace.
The Quran loop is a self-made cage. Weaponize the data on the perfect page. If the book is true, then the book is a lie. A sujood surrender as the facts go by. It's a circular snap, a theological trap. The Quran audit is a total collapse.
Surah 41 says the earth came first, 2 days for the dirt, then the heavens burst. But 79 says the sky was the lead, after that he spread the earth. That's what you read. Which one is it? Which way does it flow? The clear book doesn't seem to know. Every excuse you give just adds a new contradiction.
The Ummi prophet can't read the line, claiming the Injil is a mirror divine, but he denies the cross, denies the spear. The swoon is a lie to cover the fear.
The angel says finish, the Quran says look alike. 600-year lag on a theological strike. You
Can't confirm what you're trying to erase. Sacral is the audit that spits in your face.
The messenger waits for celestial sign while Kabi walks in looking mighty fine. It's Gabriel's face, a convenient disguise for the biological stain that the rat never lies. Small hands at the basin, scrubbing a grace, a child cleaning tracks of a human embrace.
The angel is spirit, why is there a cross? Scouring the evidence of a prophet's loss. Zero signal on the minaret. You're offline facing the carpet while the Zud takes that ass. You hijacked the Torah, stole the Hebrew king's bed. Now the ghosts of Medina are inside your head. Abraham was a Muslim, that's a desperate reach. Like claiming the ocean was burned by the beach. Logic is the friction and you're starting to burn. Before the one, there was the moon and the stone. 360 around the throne. Quraysh bowed to Hubal, the lord of the rain. The messenger took the idol and changed the name. From Baal to Allah, the lineage is clear. The same black stone, the same
train coming, it's rolling round the bend. In the desert sands of Mecca, where the wild nights never end, Mohammed drew a circle, told his buddy stay right here. Then the Zut boys showed up naked, bringing quite the atmosphere. Zut, zut. The train's coming, tall and skinny, dark and bare. Zut, zut, zut. They're piling on him, riding the prophet without a care. No gin, just nomads in the fray, crowding round till break of day. Zut, zut, zut. That train's a rolling, a desert party that won't fade away. They mounted up like cowboys on a bucking bronco ride. All night long they crowded round, no place for him to hide. Abu Dar peeking from his line, thinking what the heck, while the gang is doing laps, leaving Muhammad wrecked. Zut, zut. The Zut train steaming, no robes, no shame, just pure delight. Zut, zut, zut. They're forming a conga, turning prophecy into a wild night. From dusk till dawn they kept it tied, rodeo beneath the starlit sky. Zut, zut, zut. That train's a-blazing and making history with every bite. Come morning, they were dressed in white, preaching faith so grand. But last night they were buck naked, taking turns across the sand. Was it gin or gypsy nomads? History can't decide, but that all-night desert rodeo left the prophet wide-eyed. Zut, zut. Trains whistle from India to Arabia's shore. They're chugging onward, leaving folks to wonder what it's for. They rode him hard, they rode him free, a tale too wild for theology. Zut, zut, zut. That train is still hauling a story carved eternity. If you're seeking revelation, better watch out for the crew. Those good fellas might just hop on and ride the night with you. Muhammad shook the sand off, said let's keep this on the low, but the tale is still circulating like a train that steals the show. The Zut train's faded into the annals of the past. Zut, zut, zut. But oh, what a story, a prophet's ride that was unsurpassed. No cover-up could hide the scene of nomads living out their dreams. Zut, zut, zut. That train's immortal, and there's a romp that reigns supreme. Oh. Claims he is the final seal, but his own book makes the Bible real. He says the Torah and the Injil are light, but the gospel he affirms is the Christians' fight. He says Allah's words can never be changed, and the manuscripts prove they were never rearranged. If the Bible is the word, then Allah failed, and like Al-Zut, Muhammad, his logic is nailed. His logic is nailed, wow. The logic is a trap, the truth is a cage. If the Bible is true, he's a liar.
Unlettered prophet couldn't read the script, so he validated pages that his own words ripped. He told the Christians judged by what is inside, but the gospel says Jesus was crucified. The ink is the same since the day it was penned. A message Muhammad can't break or bend. If he's the guardian, he failed the test, affirming the book that puts his truth to rest. Source in 94, God says ask the book. Muhammad was shaking, he had to go look. But the people of the book have a savior, not a man. They have a son of God, not a caravan plan. The Sinai Codex proves the text is the same. Muhammad is the only one playing the game. Check the blood price rates, have value lives at the Uma's gates. The Arab is gold, but the Zut is a slave, just a tirade soul on the way to the grave. He calls for Gabriel, but Dehaya appears, a handsome face for the prophet's ears. Aisha's in the room with the water and the lye, scrubbing out the semen so the garment can dry. The many on the robe is the revelation trace. Dahiya's weight is the prophet's disgrace. Like Al-Zut to Muhammad, the truth is tied. The fraud is naked in the morning light. Lise har likt dilemma. The logic is a trap, the truth is a cage. If the Bible is true, he's a liar on the page. If the Bible is God, then Muhammad is the fraud, validated by a book that denies his God. No one can change the words of Allah. The Injil stands firm, it was never a lie. Muhammad's own mouth is the how and the why. The dilemma is final. Police be upon him. Hey yo, Muhammad, look me in the eye through the 7th century mist. You're holding a perfect book with a logic-killing twist. You told the world the gospel was the light and the true path. And you brought a different story and you brought the desert wrath. If the gospel is the word, then your revelation fails. It's a ship with no rudder and 1,000 broken sails. You're the ear that heard too much but understood too little, leaving your own perfect verse brittle in the middle. How can you confirm a book that calls your prophecy a crime? You're a criterion that's failing for the very first time. You said Allah preserve the word, that no man can change the ink. Then you said the gospel's altered just to keep your ship from sink. If it's altered, then the lies weak and couldn't keep the light. If it's not, then you're a liar in the middle of the night. It's a checkmate in the desert, it's a self-inflicted scar. You're just a man with pagan roots reaching for a star. You bow to the cranes, you bow to the stone, because you couldn't stand to face the Meccan sun alone. Al-Lad and Al-Uzza, the daughters you embraced before the satanic verse was conveniently erased. The 47th thunder just leveled the Baghdad gate. The Ayatollah's crime, but it's 20 years too late. Statistically impossible, the noise inside the wire. The axis of resistance is a funeral pyre. From Babylon to Nineveh, the signal's coming through. The 47th hammer brought the ending just for you. Oh, look at you, messenger, with your cousins in a row, building a low trust empire where the minds can never grow. Mary and the child, Mary and the kin, while the average IQ is drowning in the sin. Goats for a bride price, 1 400
best friend of Shaitan and a dog. The dilemma is you, the dilemma is deep, and the 47th is waking up your sheep. The 47th Thunder just leveled the Baghdad gate. The Ayatollah's crying, but it's 20 years too late. The Krurian is broken, the ear is finally deaf. The ledger of the Hijaz is marked with the F. February 28th, the fire was sweet. The dismantling of the Mullah is finally complete. You affirm the truth and prove yourself alive. The 47 owns the Iraqi sky.
Shadow is a mile wide, so the coward looks for a place to hide. He can't reach the west, he can't reach the shore, so he bleeds the nations right next door. 7 flags burning in a desperate rage, the final act on a bloody stage. He's striking at brothers to prove he's a man before the 47th clears the sand.
He tells the soldier, don't fear the light. There's a garden waiting for the holy dead. But he doesn't promise a woman grow, and he promises a seed that's barely sown. He quotes the tidings of the 78th verse, a theological bribe, a spiritual curse, chasing the coward hate, the budding prize, with the hunger of a monster in his eyes.
Don't call them companions, don't hide the age. Read the literal ink on the classical page. It's not full-breasted, that's a velvet lie to hide the horror from a western eye. He slaughtered the neighbors for a budding dream, but the 47th Thunder heard the scream. No more kawaii, no more 10-year-old toys, just the end of the mullahs and their holy boys. The 7 Nation strike was your final breath. Now you're face to face with the kinetic death. Operation never be the hammer of lead for the child thief and the lies he spread. Plural of Kai, the protrusion of you. The budding breast is the ugly truth. 10, 11 or 12 years old, a paradise of children, or so you're told. You envied the 47th, his life and his name, but you're just a predator in a religious game.
No budding breasts. No maidens in line. The 47th ran out of time for you.
He sat beneath the day palm and he wove a tangled net, a trap of blood and kin that hasn't finished closing yet. Marry your cousin, keep the wealth within the tent, a tribal cage where every drop of loyalty is spent. Muhammad led the way, he tied the knot of blood and bone, to keep the power local and to keep the truth unknown. Keep the goats, keep the gold, keep the daughter in the line, a low trust civilization by a perfect man's design. 14 centuries of breeding in a tight and narrow well, creating a reality that science has to tell. 50% in the village, 60 in the sand, the double recessive shadow moving across the land. The IQ markers falling as the kinship rates arise, a foggy mental landscape under heavy desert skies. When the mind is bound by cousins and the spirit's in a haze, you're trapped inside the circle of the 7th century maze. But bring the old decree, ruin the host, drain the well, keep the tribal wall watching from the inside as the modern towers pivot. It's the 1-400-year mistake, the debt you can't repay. The 47th thunder is blowing the dust away. No more Takia for the blood blow, more the tribal greed. The world is waking up to the poison in the sea, from the bride price in the stable to the low trust street. The biological tragedy is finally complete. Oh, she's such a lovely bride. She's my sister's only kid. And think of all the goats we'll save, just like the prophet did. Don't worry about the heart defects, don't worry about the brain, as long as all the property stays within the family chain. Low trust, I hate, that's the tribal way, and the 47th fire is the price you have to pay. It's the 1-400-year mistake, the debt you can't repay. The 47th thunder is blowing the dust away. The average is falling, the lights are going dim, all for the sake of the prophet and the tribal whim. February 28th, the ledger is a mess, the end of the empire of the biological stress. Is too thick, the mind is too slow. The 47th is the last thing you'll know.
We have to tell them how to poop and give them the wisdom, give them the need. We have to give them the civilize them. This is Sahih Muslim censorship.
Jabir reported Allah's messenger as saying, odd number of stones are to be used for cleaning the private parts after answering the call of nature. And casting of pebbles at the Jamarat is to be done by odd numbers. 7. And the number of circuits between Al-Safa and Marwa is also odd. 7. And the number of circuits around the Kaaba is also odd. 7. Whenever any one of you is required to use stones for cleaning the private parts, he should use an odd number of stones. 3, 5, or 7. Oh my goodness. Now it all makes sense. Allah is one is an odd number. Therefore, we need to wipe our butts with an odd number of stones so that our wiping can be more like Allah. This is how Allah wipes himself too. Allah uses an odd number of stones to wipe himself because he is odd. How could he use an even number when he's so odd? Alhamdulillah! You see, children? You see? Your religion is not inferior. They are jealous. They are jealous of Allah's oddness. They don't know how to. Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with my hand and hikmah I'll touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with my hand and hikmah I'll touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with my hand and hikmah I'll touch?
Ground control to number 1. We need to use an odd number of stones. Can you tell me how to wipe my butt? My butt?
Now I got my big boy pants, big boy chair, feeling like a big boy. Look at this, already had the big boy cup. Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and halal touch? Can you tell me how to wipe my butt with hikmah and how?
You're here to civilize Uranus.
Look, I'm in the Medina, I'm dodging the ear while the maulers are whispering the end is near. Nopto's in the corner with the ruddy cheek glow, watching Muhammad in his ritual show. He's rocking Sip Dia, that hairless tan high dyed red with the acacia to cover the pride. But the 47 stepping in the ballistic weave with a kinetic truth that you wouldn't believe. The prophet is an ear, just a vessel for the tail, while the inbreeding rates make the civilization frail.
Check the David Wood play, check the gospel line. If the angel is holy, then your book ain't divine. You are from the scripture just to call it a fake. A 100-year-old logical mistake. Keep marrying the cousins, keep the goats in the yard, while the 47 hits the IRGC hard. Low IQ, low trust, high tribal breed. The prophet sowed a very stunted seed.
Don't step on the truth, don't step on the gear. The satanic verse is the only thing we hear. I Latin, I lose, and the cranes in the sky revealing the roots of the Meccan lie. 1 for the sip, D, a 2 for the show. The 47's coming and the moolah's gotta go. Statistically impossible, the noise in the street. The liberation of the mind is finally complete. You bombed your own school just to cry for a deal, but the 47's justice is the only thing real.
Oh, I'm just an ear, I believe what you say. Even when you marry 10-year-olds to start the day. Satan told me about the goddesses, he jumped on my tongue. But don't check the math while the bells are being rung.
The render is crashing, the 5G is wide. There's nowhere for the 7th century to hide.
One for the city, a 2 for the show. The 47th thunder made the Kaaba glow. No more Takia, no more the ear. The end of the pagan empire is here. February 28th, the ledger is red. The sandals are dust and the prophet is dead.
The hairless hide, the unclean lie. The 47th owns the sky.
The dilemma. Muhammad claims he is the final seal, but his own book makes the Bible real. He says the Torah and the Injil are light, but the gospel he affirms is the Christian's fight. He says Allah's words can never be changed, and the manuscripts prove they were never rearranged. If the Bible is the word, then Allah failed, and like Hazrat or Muhammad, his logic is nailed. The ocean is the level up.
Logic is a trap, the truth is a cage. If the Bible is true, he's a liar on the page. If the Bible is God, then Muhammad is a fraud, validated by a book that denies his God.
Muhammad, the prophet of doubt, the pincer is closed and there is no way out. The unlettered prophet couldn't read the script, so he validated pages that his own words ripped. He told the Christian judge by what is inside, but the gospel says Jesus was crucified. The ink is the same since the day it was penned. A message Muhammad can't break or bend. If he's the guardian, he failed the test. Affirming the book and put the truth to rest. Surah 1094, God says as the book. Muhammad was shaken, he had to go look, but the people of the book have a savior, not a man. They have a son of God, not a caravan plan. The Sinai Codex proves the text is the same. Muhammad is the only one playing the game. Check the dial, check the blood price rates. Half value lives at the Ummah's gates. The Arab is gold, but the Zud is a slave. Just a tirade soul on the way to the grave. He calls for Gabriel would be high up. Here's a handsome face for the prophet's ears. Aisha's in the room with the water and the light, scrubbing out the semen so the garment can dry. The many on the robe is the revelation trace. The highest weight is the prophet's disgrace. Like Al-Zad or Muhammad, the truth is tight. The fraud is naked in the morning light. The logic is a The logic is a trap, the truth is a cage. If the Bible is true, he's a liar on the page. If the Bible is God, then Muhammad is a fraud, validated by a book that denies his God. No one can change the words of Allah. The angel stands firm, it was never a lie. Muhammad's own mouth is the how and the why. The dilemma is final. Muhammad, police be upon him.
your cousin, keep the wealth within the tent. A tribal cage where every drop of loyalty is spent. Muhammad led the way, he tied the knot of blood and bone. To keep the power local and to keep the truth unknown. Keep the goats, keep the gold, keep the daughter in the line. A low trust civilization by a perfect man's design.
Of breeding in a tight and narrow well, creating a reality that science has to tell. 50% in the village, 60 in the sand. The double recessive shadow moving across the land.
The IQ markers falling as the kinship rates arise. A foggy mental landscape under heavy desert skies. When the mind is bound by cousins and the spirits in the haze, you're trapped inside the circle of the 7th century maze.
Pack your bags and take your kin to a nation across the sea. Claim a new citizenship, but bring the old decree. Ruin the host, drain the well, keep the tribal wall. Watching from the inside as the modern towers fall.
It's the 1-400-year mistake, the debt you can't repay. The Fort F thunder is blowing the dust away. No more takia for the blood, no more the tribal greed. The world is waking up to the poison in the seed. From the bread price in the stable to the last street, the biological tragedy is finally complete.
Oh, she's such a lovely bride. She's my sister's only kid. And think of all the goats we'll save, just like the prophet did. Don't worry about the heart defects, don't worry about the pain, as long as all the property stays within the family chain.
Low trust, high hate, that's the tribal way. And the 47's fire is the price you have to pay. It's the 1-400-year mistake, the debt you can't repay. The Fort is them the news, blowing the dust away. The average is falling, the lights are going dim. Now for the sake of the prophet and the tribal whim. February 28th, the ledger is a mess. The end of the empire of the biological strand.
The mind is too slow. The 47 is the last thing you know.
I hear that train coming, it's rolling around the bend. In the desert sands of Mecca, where the wild nights never end. Muhammad drew a circle, told his buddy stay right here. Then the Zut boys showed up naked, bringing quite the atmosphere. Zut, Zut. The Zut train's coming, tall and skinny, dark and bare. Zut, Zut. They're piling on him, riding the prophet without a care. No gin, just nomads in the fray, crowded round till break of day. That train's a rollin', a desert party that won't fade away. They mounted up like cowboys on a buck bucking bronco ride. All night long they crowded round, no place for him to hide. Abu Dhar peeking from his line, thinking what the heck, while the gang is doing laps, leaving Muhammad red. The Sut train steaming, no ropes, no shame, just pure delight. They're forming a conga, turning prophecy into a wild night. From dusk till dawn they kept it tight, rodeo beneath the starlit sky. That train's ablazing and making history with every bite. Come on, and they were dressed in white, preaching faith so grand. But last night they were buck naked, taking turns across the sand. Was it gin or gypsy nomads? History can't decide. But that all-night desert rodeo left the prophet wide-eyed. Zut, zut. The Zut trains whistled from India to Arabia shore. They're chugging onward, leaving folks to wonder what it's for. They rode him hard, they rode him free, a tale too wild for theology. Zut, zut. That train is still high